If the news were to be believed, Europe, particularly one part of it at the moment, seems to be going to hell in a handbasket, and we've got quite important things to worry ourselves with on a daily basis. Yet when you dig beneath the surface, you find that these silly little lefty types are still worried about the most mundane of issues, such as one very important one, the definition of a man and a woman. And it appears that the definition of a woman seems to have escaped them somewhat. And J.K. Rowling tried to give them a little bit of a hand, and yet again she finds herself in a bit of hot water. How do everybody? Welcome back to the channel for a Wednesday. Hope you're doing all right. I certainly am, until I read stories like this. It's getting, we've got to find a bit of perspective here. You can't please everybody all of the time and expect everybody to sing Kumbaya around the campfire and be happy with all of this. I mean, Jesus Christ. This latest thing involving J.K. Rowling, you had her voicing her opinion on the trans issue, which she's perfectly entitled to. Me personally, I don't get it. I don't understand it, but I accept that it's a thing and there's nothing we can do about it. But, the basic definition of what is a male and a female is, boils down pretty well easily to me. I have something and women have two other things and something, without going too far down the line. Well, apparently certain members of the Labour Party have trouble understanding this. It was International Women's Day, which my wife reminded me to her great pleasure. I thought, I better run away and hide, didn't I? What about an International Man's Day? That would be a quality, wouldn't it, right there? But that's another thing for another time. Anyway, yes, Annalise Dodds decided to jump on the bandwagon, and let's quote, Labour will lift women up, not hold them back. Well, this is the thing with politicians. They come out with stuff and tend to forget what they said a few hours or a few days before, when in fact she was in an interview and she couldn't really be pinned down to explain what the definition of a woman actually was, and went off in all sorts of lefty, silly, complicated tangents where it's really boiled down to a man has and a woman, it's really quite that simple. And J.K. Rowling called her out. There you go. I admire her for sticking by her principles. She did with the trans, she does with this issue, calling out this hypocrisy and utter bullshit. When is it going to stop? I mean, the worry is we're going to teach it in schools to the likes of those two Herberts hanging on the wall behind me and confuse the hell out of them. It's overcomplicated, and it doesn't need to be, does it? It doesn't. Oh, call me old, call me old-fashioned, call me whatever you like, but that's my view on it, and it needs to stop. We've got more important things to worry about in this world right now, other than this lefty-induced crap. Let me know what you think of this, and hats off to J.K. Rowling yet again, but I reckon someone will try and cancel her for it. Toodaloo.